Arvind Kerjiwal, the Delhi Chief Minister, has been in public domain now for over 1 decade. And for all this while, Sunita Kejriwal, his wife, has always remained in the background. So today, when she stepped out and gave that first televised press statement, marks a very significant shift. It could signal the stepping out of Sunita Kejriwal to adopt a more public role and greater responsibilities. So essentially, the optics of the televised address was also very hard to miss. She used the same chair that the Chief Minister uses. The background was also the same, with the pictures of Shahid Bhagat Singh on one side and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar on the other. The tricolors were placed on the table, and it felt as if it was Arvind Kerjiwal who was speaking through the voice of his wife. In fact, that is exactly what she was doing, because she read out a letter that the Chief Minister has written to the people of the country, and she introduced herself as the wife of the Chief Minister of Delhi, and then addressed the people, saying that your brother and your son has been jailed, and his life is committed to the people of the country, no matter he's inside the jail or he would be outside. The Chief Minister actually had a very simple message to give, and it was a very short address. Essentially, he said that no matter what, he would remain committed to the progress of the country. He went on to say that he was perhaps born to struggle, and in a sign of a recognition of greater challenges to come, he said that perhaps we have huge challenges ahead in front of us also. And he also said that come what may, he's not a weak person. He's made of steel, and he is going to survive this spell in his life. He then went on to talk briefly, without naming any political party, about the two kind of forces that dominate in the country today, which according to him was divided on two lines. He said that there is one force both within the country and outside, which is going to take the country backwards and divide the country, and there is another force which actually consists of patriots, and if these forces unite, then only the country can go forward. So in a very subtle manner, he was actually appealing to the people of the country to vote for the India alliance and to come together and strengthen that alliance. The Chief Minister also had a message for women, and he promised that even though he is inside jail, he is going to be out soon, and he is going to deliver that promise he's made to them, that is 1,000 rupees a month. And in that part, actually, he said that there is no jail in the country which can keep me inside it for too long. He then also had a message for the people of his party, that they should be committed to their work and they should not hate the BJP. And he asked the people also to pray for him, and he's also said in his message that the prayers of the people were actually his genuine strength. And that is how the Chief Minister in a way communicated to the people, because remember, unlike the time of Sanjay Singh's arrest or Manish Sisodia's arrest, when it came to Kejriwal's arrest, actually there was no time for the Chief Minister either to record a video or to put out a tweet, because the phones were immediately seized. And this is the first time that the Chief Minister has actually reached out to the people through his wife. So when the Chief Minister's wife gave this message, actually at that point in time, there was a protest which was going on in Shahidi Park, and all the India Alliance parties, or some of the India Alliance parties, had gathered together to protest against the Chief Minister's arrest. And therefore the timing of that televised address was also significant, because today marks the Shahidi Divas, and the timing of it also marks or coincides with the time that that Aam Aadmi Party workers, along with other leaders and leaders of other parties, also were protesting in Shahidi Park. Sunita Kejriwal, remember, is not new to administration. She is a former IRS officer. She is not new to campaigns either. After she took voluntary retirement from the Indian Revenue Services in 2016, she has been on the campaign trail, even though this has not been in the spotlight. For instance, when we have seen her campaign in the New Delhi constituency, when she has gone from door to door, handing over pamphlets, greeting people, listening to their problems, promising to solve their grievances, sitting on the charpais, and she does have a ease of communicating, especially with women. Even during the Punjab campaign, for instance, Sunita Kejriwal was also there campaigning for the Chief Minister of Punjab, who then of course was the MP of Punjab in his home district of Sangrur. And at that point she had said that I have come to seek your votes for my Devar, that is my brother-in-law. So that is the kind of bond that she builds and establishes with people, calling somebody a sister, a mother, calling somebody a family member. And it is not a surprise that many of the people within the Aam Aadmi Party, whether it is leaders or the wives of leaders, and particularly women, actually reach out to her if they have any problem that they cannot solve, or if they have to raise an issue with the Chief Minister that they are not very confident about raising with him directly. And not just that, she also, like many wives in India, she is the strength of her family. She is the one who was with Arvind Kerjiwal's mother Geeta Devi when she was admitted into the Apollo hospital while the Chief Minister went in and out. She was the one who was constantly by her bedside. She is the one who keeps a very close tab on Arvind Kejriwal's schedule, especially considering that he's a diabetic, on what he should eat, his medicines, so on and so forth. And therefore, and also she's somebody who can handle pressure very well. So the question that everybody is asking is she then going to be the next Chief Minister of Delhi? Now, as far as the Aam Aadmi Party is concerned, the party has constantly emphasized that Arvind Kejriwal is not going to resign. So as of now, that is the position of the party. But if a situation arises and Arvind Kejriwal has to step down, then it is very much likely that Sunita Kejriwal is going to take over. That is because the other top leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party, who were trusted by Arvind Kejriwal and who were experienced both in handling the party and in administration, are all behind bars, and that leaves only a second rung of leadership. If you talk about Gopal Rai, for instance, but Gopal Rai, as far as Arvind Kejriwal is concerned, has actually seen a loss of the kind of portfolios that he used to enjoy, and therefore one does not believe that he is probably in the contention to be the Chief Minister. The other important factor, of course, is Sunita Kejriwal has wide acceptability within the party, and every person is in a position to say that yes, I am going to accept her, because there are a lot of politicians within the Aam Aadmi Party who are at that peer level, and there are various camps also. So Sunita Kejriwal is expected to unite all these various camps, and of course she is a woman, because her husband is inside jail. She has that sympathy also working for her. So therefore it is likely that she may actually assume a bigger role. Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann now joins us to speak on all the developments that have taken place over the past 48 hours. Most importantly, the arrest of Chief Minister Arvind Kerjiwal. Sir, the first question जो मन में आता है, because he is the Chief Minister of Delhi also, तो Chief Minister अभी जेल में है, तो दिल्ली का सरकार कैसे चलेगी?
नहीं, ये तो किसी कानून में नहीं लिखा। अगर चीफ मिनिस्टर को किसी पॉलिटिकल वेंडेटा के अंतर्गत अगर गिरफ्तार कर लिया जाता, आरोपी है, दोषी नहीं है, तो ये तो किसी कानून में नहीं है कि उसको इस्तीफा देना पड़ेगा। जेल से चल सकती है सरकार। सुब्रतो सहारा जो चिट फंड के एक केस में दोषी साबित हो गए थे 20,000 करोड़ का, तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा पैसे वापस कर दो लोगों के, हम आपको छोड़ देंगे। उसने कहा जी मैं पैसे वापस कैसे करूं, मैंने साइन करने हैं, मुझे फिर जेल से बाहर आना पड़ेगा। तो तिहाड़ जेल में दफ्तर बना दिया था उनका। वो तो दोषी थे, हमें तो वही वैसी इल्जाम में एक मतलब जो आरोप लगाकर ही गिरफ्तार किया है, तो चलेगी जेल। ये अरविंद केजरीवाल के लिए जेल पहली बार थोड़ी, आंदोलन से निकली हुई पार्टी है। एक बार पहले भी जब मुख्यमंत्री थे तो रेल भवन के सामने अनशन किया था, तो वहां पहले साइन होती थी, कितने दिनों का अनशन किया था। तो ये, लेकिन ये बीजेपी के लिए सोचने वाली बात है कि आप विपक्ष को एक एक करके आपको लगता है निपटा दोगे। हेमंत सोरेन को गिरफ्तार कर लो, ममता दीदी को तंग कर लो, स्टालिन विजयन जो मुख्यमंत्री हैं उनके साथ राज्यपालों से कोई ना कोई तंग करो, मुझे राज्यपाल से चिट्ठियां निकलवा दो। तो इज दिस ए डेमोक्रेसी? इज दिस ए बिगेस्ट डेमोक्रेसी ऑफ द वर्ल्ड? अभी रशिया में क्या हुआ 5 दिन पहले, 88%, 88% लेके पुतिन 2030 तक बन गया, 40 तक भी बन जाएगा, फिर 50 तक। जो 12% वोट जो रह गए ना, 88 उसको पड़े हैं, 12% वोट वो नहीं है जो उसके अगेंस्ट पड़े हैं, 12% वोट वो हैं जो खराब हो गए, मतलब वो वोट गिने नहीं गए, उसके विरुद्ध कोई बोल ही नहीं सकता। तो ये मैं तो टीवी पे भी ऐड देखता हूं, पापा मोदी जी ने युद्ध रखवा दिया रशिया और यूक्रेन का। तो पुतिन से शायद बात करते रहते होंगे कि कैसे करना है। तो दिस इज अ डिक्टेटरशिप एक्चुअली।
बट सर, द अनदर क्वेश्चन इज, आप बहुत बड़े पार्टी नेता हैं पार्टी के। आफ्टर चीफ मिनिस्टर अरविंद केजरीवाल आप सबसे पॉपुलर लीडर हैं, मास लीडर हैं। अब स्टेट्स में चुनाव है, आम आदमी पार्टी 23 सीट्स पे लड़ने जा रही है, तो कैसे लड़ेगी, किस चेहरे पे लड़ेगी?
देखिए, आम आदमी पार्टी मास पार्टी, एक्चुअली आम आदमी पार्टी मास पार्टी है, आम लोगों की पार्टी है। 92 एमएलए हैं हमारे पंजाब में 117 में से, 80 उनमें से फर्स्ट टाइमर है, और 27, 28, 30 साल के बच्चे बच्चियां, मैं तो बच्चे बच्चियां कहूंगा उनको, वो जीते हुए हैं, दिग्गज हराए हुए हैं। सो आम आदमी पार्टी में वॉलंटियर और नेशनल कन्वीनर के बीच कोई गैप नहीं है। हम सभी सिपाही हैं, हम सभी जर्नैल हैं, एक ही वर्दी है हमारी। तो अरविंद केजरीवाल जी भी बाहर आएंगे, जल्दी आएंगे, क्योंकि अरविंद केजरीवाल एक व्यक्ति नहीं, एक सोच है। सोच को आप कैद नहीं कर सकते। कितने अरविंद केजरीवाल पैदा हो गए देश में, तो हम चाहेंगे जहां मेरी डोडलेगी मैं भी जाऊंगा। आम आदमी पार्टी 4 जून को बहुत बड़ी राजनीतिक शक्ति बन के उभरेगी देश में।
शिवसेना टूट गई थी, अब रिसेंटली आपने देखा आम आदमी पार्टी के ऊपर ऐसा संकट हो सकता है?
क्यों? ये ऐसा पार्टियां तोड़ने का इनका जो कहते हैं खून मुंह को लग गया, ये आम आदमी पार्टी पर गलत फहमी है इनकी, या खुश फहमी है कि वो हमारी पार्टी तोड़ देंगे या वट। नेशनल पार्टी बन गई है हमारी 10 साल में, 2 राज्यों में सरकार है, 10 हमारे राज्यसभा में, 1 लोकसभा में, 5 हमारे एमएलए गोवा में, 2 हमारे नहीं 5 हमारे गुजरात में, 2 गोवा में, चंडीगढ़ का मेयर। ये हम कोई आम पार्टी नहीं रह गए, हम छोटी मोटी पार्टी नहीं है, हम देश की तीसरी सबसे बड़ी पार्टी हैं। अभी नॉर्थ इंडिया में 2 सरकारें हमारी हैं बीजेपी के बाद। तो ये कैसे गलतफहमी में न रह जाएं। मैं इनको कहना चाहता हूं, हम वो पत्ते नहीं जो शाख से टूट के गिर जाएंगे। आंधियों को कह दो अपनी औकात में रहें।
आपसे बड़ा रोल उम्मीद कर सकते हैं कि पार्टी को एकजुट रखेंगे, मोटिवेटेड रखेंगे, बिकॉज पार्टी की सबसे बड़ा
जो जिम्मेदारी मिलेगी, जब काम ही छोड़ दिया अपना, जब अपना करियर ही छोड़ दिया, जब देश के लिए निकल आए, नंगे धड़ लड़ेंगे। भगत सिंह जी का दिन है आज, 23 मार्च है, आज उनको फांसी हुई थी। भगत सिंह ने लिखा था, इश्क करना सबका पैदाइशी हक है, क्यों ना इस बार वतन की सरजमी को महबूब बना लिया जाए। हम लोग वतन की सरजमी को महबूब बनाते हैं। भगत सिंह जी ने एक और बात भी लिखी थी जो आम आदमी पार्टी के सभी नेताओं पर अच्छी बहती है, कि इस कदर जानकार हो गई है मेरे स्वभाव से मेरी कलम, मतलब मेरे नेचर को इस कदर मेरी कलम जो है पहचानती है। इस कदर पहचानती है मेरे स्वभाव को मेरी कलम कि इश्क भी लिखता हूं तो इनकलाब लिखा जाता है। तो हम लोग तो इनकलाब वाले बंदे हैं। इनकलाब जिंदाबाद के नारे लगाने वाली पार्टी है, आंदोलन से निकली हुई पार्टी है, रामलीला में एंटी करप्शन मूवमेंट से निकली हुई पार्टी है। हम लोग पैसे कमाने नहीं आए, हम लोग प्यार कमाने आए।
So there you heard Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann clearly saying that the party is not only going to stay together but even emerge stronger and score better in the upcoming Lok Sabha polls. Today, for the first time, even though Aam Aadmi Party has always asserted that Arvind Kerjiwal will continue as Chief Minister, Sunita Kejriwal has actually done her first press conference in more than 11 years. And she's occupying the same seat that Arvind Kerjiwal used to occupy when he did press conferences. So are we to assume now that if push comes to shove, then probably she will have to shoulder a greater responsibility?
I think you have to see this whole scenario in a different perspective. She is not an ordinary lady. She was a IRS like Mr. Arvind Kerjiwal. She was in IRS services for more than a decade. Arvind ji had resigned long back, but she continued for more than a decade. Now she has seen Arvind Kejriwal in her all highs and lows.
Yeah.
When he was a IRS officer, she could see that. When he was a Chief Minister, she was with him. When he was a Andolankari going into the Sundar nursery, even then she was there. So now,
agree.
So now it's an exceptional circumstance that her husband is in jail on false charges. And I think Mr. Arvind Kerjiwal has sent a message. And who could have been more appropriate than his wife reading out that message? And if you look at her Twitter account, she has been quite active on Twitter. You can see, like, she has got a long, big following also. So I think it is just this.
But Saurav, the party could have fielded anybody else also to deliver Arvind Kejriwal's message. Why Sunita Kejriwal? Especially when she has not been in the public eye.
Because she met him in the court. Probably he must have given her the letter, her message. Yeah. And I don't think there is anything wrong there. It is a very simple thing.
Okay. So in case Arvind Kejriwal decides that she would take over after him, if the jail tenure is going to be long, then would that be acceptable to the party?
No, I think anything which Mr. Kejriwal says is acceptable to the party. But this is just a, whenever the situation arises, we'll decide it then.